Trustworthy, helpful. MIL News for you.
New release of the Interagency Standing Committee reference Group of Mental Health and Psychosocial Support in Emergency Settings. A new book published today aims to help children stay hopeful and positive during the COVID-19 pandemic. The story is a sequel to My Hero Is You: How Kids Can Fight COVID-19, published in April 2020. Both books have been released by a collaboration of 60 organizations working in the humanitarian sector, including the World Health Organization, UNICEF, the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, the International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies, and the MHPSS Collaborative for Children and Families in Adversity. My Hero Is You 2021, How Kids Can Hope with COVID-19, draws on the daily realities of millions of children since the beginning of the pandemic. For many, the pandemic continues to disrupt their education, recreation, and time with friends, family, and teachers. The story, aimed primarily at children aged 6 to 11 years, sees the return of Aryo, a fantasy creature who travels the world helping children to find hope in the future and joy in simple pleasures. Together with old and new friends, Aryo addresses the fears, frustrations, and concerns children are facing in the current phase of the pandemic, and explores the variation coping mechanisms that they can use when faced with difficult emotions like fear, grief, anger, and sadness. The news story drew from responses to a survey of more than 5,000 children, parents, caregivers, and teachers from around the world to describe the challenges they continue to face in the second year of the pandemic. This is Julian Pino reporting from Davao City, and this is the MIL TV.
Cops nab one of two suspects behind robbery incidents in Pasig City. Authorities arrested on Friday one of two suspects behind two older incidents in Pasig City and launched manhunt operation for the other who managed to escape. CCTV footage showed police operatives from the city's Oplan Cita flagging down a motorcycle with no license plate on Friday midnight in Barangay Palati. When reprimanded, two suspects refused to show the contents of their bags. The rider backed away and attempted to flee while the other man pointed his gun at the cop. In the scuffle for the gun, the suspect was shot in his right leg. In another CCTV footage, one of the suspects could be seen running towards East Santos Avenue. He supposedly fired at Police Staff Sergeant Adolfo Bruso. The cop returned fire, but the suspect managed to flee. This is Nessa Tinaha reporting from Davao City, and this is MIL TV.
Reenact scenes at hotel where Bree Johnson was found dead. Members of the National Bureau of Investigation (NBI) forensic team on Saturday conducted an inspection and reenactment of some of the scenes at the Hotel La Union, where visual artist Bree Johnson was found dead on September 22, 2021. In an exclusive report, John Consulta on 24 Hours Weekend said that NBI Director Eric Distor personally led the inspection and reenactment of some scenes in the parallel route by the agency. Following the Philippine National Police initial investigation, according to the report, the forensic team conducted an inspection of the places in the hotel where Bree Johnson and Julian Son, a businessman Roberto Ompin, had gone to, including their hotel room. Also, the NBI team inspected the bathroom where Bree was found dead and the window where Julian supposedly forced himself through to get the unconscious Bree. On the other hand, agency from the NBI's Death and Investigation Division conducted the reenactment after the scene inspection, the report added. gusto nating physical evidence, especially the incident scene. Kasi important yun at makakatulong sa atin upang malaman natin kung ano talaga ang totoong nangyari.
Pregnant women who gets army vaccine against COVID-19 pass high levels of productive antibodies on their babies. Doctor analyzed umbilical cord blood from 36 newborns whose mothers had received at least one dose of army vaccine from Pfizer, BioNTech, and Moderna. All 36 babies had high levels of antibodies that target to spike the protein on the surface of the virus, and all of the antibodies could be traced on their mother's vaccination.
This is Marnel Joytibil reporting live MIL TV. So we have here our special guest today. Kindly welcome Miss Mandy.
Hi everyone, thank you for having me here.
So I would like to ask you random question about the current happening in the Philippines.
Yeah, I would be glad to answer the questions that you have prepared for me right now.
So I have here 3 questions. So the first one is, what kind of information is gathered and shared by the organization? What is the significance of this information to you as an individual?
So to me as an individual, hearing those news makes me really sad, since as we all know that it's been a year already since we experienced the pandemic, and this showcase, or this provides us a lot of changes, especially in educational sector. So for me as a student, I experience having a lot of changes, such as having blended education where we stay at home but still had the online class. So this is really significant for me as a student, and I hope that this already ended soon.
Okay, so the second question is, what type of information are gathered by the organization?
What information? Information. Do you mean the
COVID-19?
I see COVID-19. Yeah, like the COVID-19, like I said earlier, those information provided to me or was gathered by a lot of sectors. Though having those scenarios, this phenomenon really saddened me, but we really see how people is cooperating just to have it resolved. Like the DOH, the World Health Organization, together with the government, private sectors, they really help to have vaccines. So right now we have vaccines available, and I hope everyone will be able to have it.
What a wonderful answer it is to hear. For the last question, we have here, which information providers aid the organization in gathering data?
I guess the people like you who provides information to public, the news broadcasting department, the world government who constantly provide information, the World Health Organization who provide reports. I also commend the police departments who is making efforts in controlling the public, especially despite of having this issue right now. There are still a lot of people who's making bad things, such as killings, robbery, right? So without the police officers, of course, you guys will not be able to gather such ideas and information. So I would really like to thank those people who make efforts in sharing this information to public, since it's very essential and special. Yeah, that all.
So once again, thank you for having your presence here in our news report. Once again, thank you for answering our question that is given to you, Miss Mandy.
So you're very much welcome. I am very flattered that you invited me here. And I'm very sorry for the noise earlier. Yeah, she made it. I'm so sorry about that. And yeah, thank you guys for sharing the news to the public. We really appreciate your work.
We are really thankful. This is Mariel Joytaville reporting from Davao City, and this is the MIL TV.
This is Hannah Paco, live from Milk TV, and today we have a guest, Miss Ligaya Uba. She is an independent Herbalife distributor. So, Miss Ligaya, for you, what is the significance of this information to you as an individual?
Yeah, as I've read with your news, I feel updated with what's happening in our country and some issues on criminalities and also updates about the virus and also social issues, the concern of the kids during this pandemic. But as an adult, I am more interested on the updates of the virus, so that I will be informed of what's happening on this global problems. But as a mother, I was also delighted, to know that there is a book that would help, the kids to be helped in this time of pandemic. Even I never thought of what are the kids are feeling right now during this pandemic. And I think this book that you have presented is a big help for the children to help them cope up with this pandemic.
Next question. What kind of information are gathered and shared by the organization and you as an Herbalifer?
Yeah, your data talks about current issues, current events, especially criminalities, police reports, health issues, and social issues. But again, I am more interested on what's happening on the health issues, and I also want to learn more about how the people could cope up with this virus, especially on natural approach, like boosting their immune system to fight against this virus. And I am also interested on how the government address this kind of problem, and are they on the progress of finding solutions to this problem, especially that we have already the vaccine. This also gives us hope, and yet a lot of people die because of this coronavirus. I don't know if how the vaccine helps the people at this time.
Okay, last question. Which information providers aid the organization in gathering data?
Reliable information should came from reliable sources. Like what you did, you get it from police reports, from Department of Health, which is the most authorized agencies in terms of health, and also the Department of Education concerning the educating the children in this pandemic time. So with this, you are assured that your readers will consider your information legit, and that is important nowadays.
Thank you, Ms. Ligaya, for your time and very informative views. This is Hannah Paco reporting from Davao City, Panacan, and this is the Milk TV.
And that's it for our news report. Thank you so much for watching.
Stay safe.